G'day, Trevor Toecracker Crook here from MagicWordSell.com. Today's copywriting tip is all about headlines, but specifically lead generation advertising, which is very simple. If you haven't heard of it, I'm sure you've seen it, is a headline with a response mechanism. Take a Google AdWord, pay-per-click campaign. You've got a headline effectively with two sentences below it, and then there's a website to click on, and that is a lead generation advert designed to get people to pick your pay-per-click advert over every other every other bastard, so I might as well say it, out there, and click on your link and go to your website, either your opt-in page to subscribe to your newsletter, get your free gift, whatever else it is you're trying to hook them into, and ultimately get them to buy from you. Offline, it'll be a small advert with a headline and a call to action designed to get that person, that prospect, to take the next step. It's a multi-step, two-step process. In other words, you're not trying to run a big advert to sell them straight away. It's simply to entice them, to hook them in. A headline is simply an advertisement for your advertisement, to hook them in and ask for something else. In other words, get them all warm and fuzzy and get them to beg and ask for more. The good thing about the three examples that we're going to go through is I didn't write them. Actually, my mentor, Dan Kennedy, one of his chiropractic clients, who was very successful, decided to test his market. Now, chiropractors are pretty much known for they can cure everything, knees, backs, necks, whatever, tennis elbow. But no, he didn't call out to every Tom, Dick or Harry or Harriet ailment that he could imagine. He specifically went to a known area, a niche, targeted that niche, didn't give a stuff about anybody else out there, didn't give a stuff if you had a bad back, whether you had a sore neck or tennis elbow. No, he was chasing migraine sufferers. He knew he could make money out of it. Let's scroll down. Lead generation adverts or pay-per-clicks, for example, is a very simple way for you to test and measure without wasting thousands of dollars. Online for your website, you can be testing 3 or 4 different headlines at once on different landing pages so you can find out what people are responding to, letting them vote effectively with their dollar, not what you assume they want. Now, we all know what assume means, making an ass out of you and me. And if you want to choose to do that, that's your own problem. But don't whinge, bitch, moan and fart when you don't get the sales or the profits that you're after. Yeah, I'm going to be blunt, but that's just the way I am. I prefer to tell it straight and give it to you straight between the eyes. I don't sugarcoat anything for anybody. No Nancy boys, no pillow biters, no nothing. You either take it the way I say it, or you have a choice to switch off. Let's look at these examples. Here's example A. Read it, and as you do, make a mental note which one you think, and you can write it down, which one you think is the best one. Free report. Do you make these mistakes when treating your migraine headaches? Call 1-800-444-555, 24 hours for a free recorded message. Now that is simply a headline with a call to action. To call, in other words, to get the free report, you must take the next step, which is call for a free recorded message. Now, here's example B. Free report. They all laughed when I called a chiropractor until my migraine headaches went away. The same call to action, the same free report, the same free recorded message. Have a look at those two. You've got example A and example B. Which one do you think is pulling best so far? A couple of you may know this, but most of you won't. And you'd be surprised actually what answer you give, because at least 60% of people, when I show this, get this wrong, which is not a good thing. Here's C, example C. You ready? Free report. Who else wants migraine headache relief? Question mark. And the same call to action. Now, you've got 3 examples there. There's your first one. There's A, up here. That's A. That's B. And that's C. We'll give you another second to look at them. There's A, there's B, and there's C. Which one do you think's won? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Well, I'm about to tell you. But again, I want to stress that these adverts cost the exact same amount of money to run, to test. That is very critical. What you need to know as well, particularly looking at free reports, which is a glorified sales letter, and a toll-free recorded message, it has been proven many times over many years that if people had the choice of calling a toll-free 24-hour free recorded message they will prefer to call that than a normal landline number, because when they call a toll-free recorded message, they know there's no live salesperson there trying to flog them something. They can ring up in their own time. They don't like their message, guess what? They can hang up and know they haven't given away any of their personal information. Very, very critical factor to do. Not many people worry about it these days because they're so enwrapped in internet marketing. Now, internet marketing is great, but it's also a wank term. Okay, internet marketing is just another tool in the marketing bucket. Don't forget the other ways to market your business. If you don't, you will leave money on the table. Now, again, each advert offers a free report, correct? What you need to know as well is this doctor, this customer, this client had not even written his free report yet. No, he wanted to see exactly which one they responded to first. That way he could tailor and fine-tune his copy, his free report, around which advert pulled the best. Very, very clever. A very smart man. Okay, here's the results. Advert A got 5 responses. Which one did you think? Did you pick A? Maybe you're right, maybe you're not. Headline B got 17 responses. That's a huge increase over A. If you do the math, headline B, or advert B, got a 340% increase in response over advert A. But is either of those the winner? I'm about to reveal it to you. Ready? Here we go. Advert C got, 0. Ba-bong, failed, crashed, burnt. Got 0 responses, not one call, which means advert B, his test B, got a 17 times, a 1700% better, a 1700% increase in response over C. And even advert A, which came in second, pulled 5 times, a 500% better response than C. Now, a lot of you out there, all your adverts are really C's, okay, which in other words is an F. You flunked, you failed, you're not going to get the sales that you're after. And then you wonder why you're simply not getting the results you're after. It's because you are not testing and measuring. You assume you've heard a list before, you assume you know it, and guess what? You need to increase your knowledge, implement, and test and measure. There's no such thing as success and failure. It's simply test something, measure it, see how it goes, then try and make one small change, see if you can't better it, and go from there. Look at those numbers again. A pulled a 500% better, B 17, and B pulled 340% better than A. Now, this particular person now at a profit-pulling headline without spending a fortune. Are you doing the same in your marketing, in your business? I bet most of you aren't. I bet most of you have had the same headline stuck on your website, stuck on your sales letter, stuck on your advert, and a lot of you will have your silly business name, your logo there, are wondering why you're not getting branding and image. Well, unless you've got McDonald's marketing budget, guess what? Branding and imaging sucks, and so does your logo. It doesn't matter to people. They don't give a stuff. They want to know what's in it for me. So what you should be saying is, what's in it for you, the prospect? Why should you click on my website? Why should you subscribe to my database? Why should you buy my product or service? In other words, what are you going to give them? What's in it for you from your prospect's eyes? Remember that. We've all been ingrained to go, what's in it for me? But you haven't been taught to think of it really from your prospect's eyes. Now, it's very, very simple. What I've just shown you there is simply a small, it's an absolute microscopic snapshot of the things I go through in my Magic Word Sell package, which is 15 plus hours of copywriting, direct response, online, offline marketing strategies that do actually work. The testimonials from my clients, I didn't write them. They wrote them themselves because of the results they got and they continue to get. I want you to be able to discover the same things, apply them to your business so you can find your starving crowd, give them what they want, stuff them silly so that they keep coming back for more and more and more. If you haven't got my Copywriting Made Easy free ebook, simply go to my website, which is down the bottom, www.magicwordsell.com, and start reading it. Start going through the 12 rules of headlines, the 9 different styles of headlines. It covers bullet points, guarantees, your opening paragraphs, your PSs. It's a very good snapshot. You can make money. In other words, you can increase your sales just by applying the knowledge I teach you there. Will you? I don't know. I don't know your work ethic, but I can tell you what, I know people who have simply taken what they've learned in that free ebook and increased their sales dramatically. So until my next tip, stay tuned. This is the Toe Cracker signing out from magicwordsell.com.